All right, we made it to our end of our first leg, and now we're going to shoot our second leg. And we're going to go where we're going to have an obstacle to get that we're going to have to cross. And this is why your pace count is so important. But we're going to go to that tree way down there. And you can see that the land kind of slopes up, and that tree's a long ways down there. Well, there's a big ravine before we get to that tree. But what I want to do is I'm going to dead reckon again, and I'm going to shoot at that tree. So on the first video, or first part of this leg, I showed you, I just set my compass like that, and I just looked at it, and I moved my body to say, that is the tree that I want to go to. So now this time, we're going to shoot it like they do out in the field. Remember from the classroom, I come in here, I put my lens where I can look down. I have my sighting wire on the back of this, and I'm going to turn around and I'm going to sight whatever that azimuth is to that tree. Okay? Okay, now I have shot that. I put my thumb in here. I hold that where it's nice and steady. I look through my lens, through my sighted wire, to that tree way in the distance there. That's the one. And I have 325 degrees. Okay? So that's the azimuth. That's the bearing that I want to go at. Now, I'm going to show you a quick deal that there's like 3-4 different methods of how you can follow an azimuth. I'm just showing you. That was the first one. Here's the second one. If you can see here, okay, what we're going to do is that is the bearing that I want to go, is 320. And if you see that little line on my bevel ring, we talked about the bevel ring, okay? All I have to do is my north arrow's pointing that way. I want to go that way where my index line is. I move my bevel over to line up with my north pointing arrow like that, okay? Now, whenever I'm walking or going, instead of trying to see, because I don't have my eyeballs with me, instead of trying to see that real thin index line, all I have to do is glance down to see, make sure that those two luminescent lines are lined up just like that. So I can look at my tree, I walk, and I go, and let's just say, oops, I got out and I looked down. Oh, there, I need to move back. Okay, I want to keep those lines together, and I need to move it around. There we go. Make sure you keep it level. And now I'm going to go for that tree. I just need to keep those two luminescent lines. So now let's go that way. All right. Okay, now I'm back after showing you how to do that on that, getting your luminescent lines lined up. That was method number 2. So let's go that way. That's about a 175 yards down to that tree that we're going to go to. But before we get there, we're going to have a problem that we need to solve. And this is where your pace count comes in. So come on, let's go. And we'll get a nice aerial view while we're up there. So you can see that tree off in the distance now. That's where we're going to go. So land nav is actually a very important skill to have, because your phone may break down sometime. What are you going to do? You don't have GPS and you need a compass. Go to any military store, surplus store, and you can get a good compass. We went over all that with the lensatic compass. So again, just to quickly check where I'm going, if you can see my 2 luminescent lines line up, and if you look, I'm going to turn it back up this way. You see my compass is pointing towards that big tree I was wanting to go to. Okay, so now we're keeping my pace count, and I've already did the pace count, by the way, so I know what these are. Oh, we're going to continue to walk that way. I can put my compass back down because I know where that big tree's at, and I can see it. You can see it, it's getting closer. So we're gonna walk a little bit faster. Okay, so I've been walking in a straight line to that tree. And if you can kind of see the terrain here, see how this ground slopes up and it kind of slopes down into a valley? You have to be careful whenever you're doing this, especially at night, because is my body more inclined to go walk up this slope, or is it easier to go down where it's easier walking? So you have to be aware of that. Okay, so we're still in line. We're coming up to that tree. Uh-oh. Well, what do we have here? My goodness, I can't get to my tree where I need to go. Because look, see that? Okay, I got a big ravine. I got a real big ravine in the way that I cannot cross. That's probably full of snakes, and it's definitely full of briars. So what do I do? Well, I'll show you. I'm gonna set this down. This is where your pace count comes into play.